Okay. Hello, everybody. Everybody hydrate. Um, Hello, everybody. Hello, TTRPG crew. My name is Josephine. I'm at Scary Dog Friend, and welcome to a week late Chuseok celebration of Korean Heritage Mid-Autumn Festival and such. Um, Before I get into what Chuseok is in particular, I'm gonna super quick get everyone to introduce themselves, not their characters quite yet. Um, Again, my name is Josephine at Scary Dog Friend. I'm gonna pass it to Theta on the overlay, and then we'll go from there. Theta, you don't want to go? Okay, Darby. We'll go with Darby.
Why? Hello, hi. My name is Darby, otherwise known as Chaotic Darby on the internet.
Word.
I do stuff and things. I stream. I do TTRPGs. I'm the technical admin here on TTRPGs. So yeah, things. And my character is, and they are a. So you'll see what they are later. Definitely no.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Theta, are you ready now?
Sure. Yeah. Hi, I'm Theta. They them pronouns. I do things on internet. Yeah, I'm here. Hi. And unlike Derby, I'm playing Jian, who's a warlock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Hype
I'm gonna break
train.
the
Thanks so
secret.
much.
Woohoo!
Hype train.
I'm gonna break the secret before we can go.
And Maya, let's go with you.
Hello, I'm Maya. I also do things on the internet sometimes. I will not say my character's name just to add spice. I don't know. We'll get there, right?
Yeah, we'll get there.
I'm pretty sure it's on the overlay.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, it's super on the overlay.
My character's name is not a secret. It's my cousin.
Just don't everybody just close their eyes super quick as I just tell you. I'll tell you what Chuseok is super quick. Again, Chuseok was last Sunday on the 10th. Chuseok is literally translated as autumn evening, also known as Hangawi. Chuseok is again the Mid-Autumn Festival for Korea. There's lots of other Asian variations of Chuseok. As a celebration of the good harvest, Koreans visit their ancestral hometowns and share a feast of Korean traditional food such as songpyeon, or like rice cakes, yakgwa, halabong, and rice wines, and lots of wonderful, wonderful ancestral memorial food, service foods. And if you are already interested in this chaos that we have presented for you, you're going to love the upcoming Nine Heavens Press Undying Corruption D&D 5e supplement coming out this month, September 27th, by a majority Korean-led team, by a wonderful writer, and just so much art. It's such a beautiful supplement, and they have been so gracious to allow us to play a little bit of their adventure. It's going to be a little bit different, to supplement the fact that this is a one shot rather than a fun little level 1 adventure that you can level yourselves up into. But for now, why don't we jump right into our little story that we have going on? How do we all feel? Good? Amazing.
Yeah.
So, 3 members of the Black Bear clan find themselves now arriving in a town of the Yuhua province, one of where a lot of the higher nobility, otherwise known as the Yangban or otherwise, as well as the nobi, or the servants, serfs, if you will, of these sort of older nobles and such, help serve and provide this town with many of its wondrous royal graces, farmlands, cobbling, and otherwise. We find these 3 shamans, these 3 mudangs, walk into the town, beginning to arrive on just like the first few stepping stones of Unsan, with their all sort of not uniform cloaks. How they wear them might certainly be different, but they are all wearing clothing that distinguish themselves as the mudang, the shamans of the Black Bear clan, and sort of fronting this little group, whether or not they want to be fronting the group. Jian, from your memory, a beautifully dressed tigress spirit, a psychopomp, a spirit of the afterlife, your warlock patron, comes to you as she kind of is wont to do, just as you're waking up. And depending on if you're a morning or evening person, you just kind of wake up and you, however you startle awake, she's just kind of sitting there. She's smoking. It smells like, you know, strong ass incense, tobacco, herbs, and such. A touch of like spice in the air already. Somehow the smoke that comes out of her pipe smells like roasting vegetables and like amazing carby foods. But you find this tigress anthropomorphized in a beautiful yellow and like orange and green hanbok, wearing it kind of in a scandalous sort of way, shoulders showing. Oh my goodness. But that's her vibe, you know, Song Ji-hoo. She finds you wherever you wake up, perhaps in a tree, wherever you'd like, and sits right across from you, and is just like, good morning.
Why do you always come to me when I'm waking up or going to sleep?
Keeping you on your toes, baby. So hey, I have a mission for you.
Yeah? Jim is going to like slowly kind of light themselves up.
Yeah, and before we get our psychopomp of the Josung Saja, the Great Tiger, what does Jian look like for the crowd?
Yeah, Jian, like her patron, is this kind of anthropomorphized tiger. Like just with all the tiger stripes and everything. I don't know how to describe that. It's tiger stripes. Jian is probably just atrociously short at about like, I don't know, 5 foot or below, somewhere around 5 foot. In my brain, that's short. Don't question that. And I think they definitely, like, they're not sleeping in a tree. There's somebody who is, looking at them, you would kind of clock that they are middle-aged, so somewhere 30, like 30, 40s. And they are not one to sleep in a tree. They're one to sleep in a bed. And so at this point, they have not fully put on like the garb of a mudang, but instead are wearing like, you know, sleepwear. And they just don't look happy to be awake. Like they're not a morning person, they're not an evening person, they're an afternoon person, and it shows frequently. They're kind of just not great to be awake around in the mornings. Yeah. I feel like that's not a good appearance description, but we're just gonna go with that. It's fine.
Just an old ass, naked ass tiger in a bed.
Yeah, basically. Just not happy to be awake.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like our fathers. So that's bad.
So Song Ji-hoo, again, just sort of presents you with like, we'll say kind of a map that definitely is drawn on some sort of like piece of fabric, just like some charcoal, and then she like presents it to you. So I need you to go to this kind of affluent area. There's a lord, and you know how lords have problems with their wives. Maybe it's a problem with performance.
Is this a problem
so to speak.
you caused this time?
No. Not me.
Okay,
this
don't
time.
want to deal with another one of those.
Well, you're going to have to, but don't worry about that this time. This might be actually a serious problem. It might actually be a serious problem this time. So I'm going to need you to bring Chungi and Chungmin. I don't know if, do you like them? I know they're younger than you, but like.
They're fine.
I'll take that as a enthusiastic, you love them. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to bring them because I want to be able to see if I can give them some of my influence after this meeting, after this sort of adventure that y'all will be on. Shouldn't take too long, shouldn't be stressful whatsoever. There shouldn't be any problem. But yeah, if you don't mind just sort of taking care of them on this meeting and also giving them sort of like here's like a graded letter rubric that you can give them at the end of the meeting, at the end of the mission.
You can take that back. I'm not going to do it.
I'll give you a spell slot.
I can sleep and get back.
Are you going to sleep during the mission?
Okay, I'll take the spell slot.
Because go off. Go
I'll
off, sure.
I only need about an hour rest to get back a spell slot. So like, but sure, I'll take the spell slot. I'm not going to.
So now you have a spell slot, Theta. There you go. So we shift from Jian now. We are now walking on this path where Jian, you are again about to step into this village, and behind you is another Sanggun, another tiger person, as well as a lunamorph, another rabbit person. So between Jungmin and Chungi, who's kind of maybe more on the like down for this mission? Who's seemingly a little bit more prepared than the other person is at the moment?
I don't want to speak for you, Darby, because I don't know what your character's like, but my bitch takes this way too seriously.
Sounds good. Listen, I was thinking, should I act like my cousin did? Because the cousin is where I got the name for this character.
I got my name's from my grandma.
My name's a name I picked off of the internet. None of my cousins have this name.
There are two Korean animals inside of you.
Yes.
One pulled the names from the family. The other pulled it off the internet.
I have 13 cousins.
We'll say Chungi. As you are sort of walking behind this presumably shorter than you, an elder Sanggun, another Mudang that has presumably been in this clan for perhaps a bit longer than you have. Tell us what you look like and what's on your mind as you have been asked by this elder to come with you.
So I am 7 feet tall. So I that's the max height you can be as a Sanggun, y'all. Hello. And
below the minimum.
Carry me?
Maybe. Ask. What do you calls it? Sorry, brain working. 7 foot tall. A little hard to tell because she's wearing the like traditional garb that you described of the Mudang, as well as armor, either like a mixture of underneath and on top of the traditional robes, like depending on like what makes the most like combat sense. She has a long sword sheathed at her side, and strapped across her back in forming like an X is a trident and a quarterstaff. And she is kind of similarly to what Theta said. I don't know how to describe an anthropomorphic tiger. She's got the stripes. She's hot. Don't think about it too much. And she is sort of walking with like perfect posture, trying to like take in everything around her as much as possible, taking things way too seriously. They're like on a walk right now, but she's like, who's here?
Absolutely. And standing, walking right next to all of these wonderful, but the both of these Tangan, these tiger people, we have our Lunamorph.
Hello. Hi. I am the Lunamorph. Uh Thanks, Spam Risk, for calling me right now. Jungmin is this 2.5 foot tall, like big ears, just like ears. Little morphs have pretty big ears, but this is a little bit larger than normal, especially for size. Short bow clenched in one fist, a fistful of arrows in the other, and a backpack on, and it's just like very excited. It's very excited for this mission, but is as she goes, like a pot will fall out of the backpack, or like a fork. Just like things, the backpack is just hastily like jammed with stuff and things. It's like pieces of paper sticking out. There's like maps to areas that nobody needs. Just everything. And it's just like, yeah. I can someone carry me?
Can I really quickly jump in and say two things? One, I will absolutely carry you. I know we were joking about it, but you're 2 feet tall, I'm 7 feet tall. Let's do this. Number two, if I'm not carrying you, or if like I carry you later, I would like to say that I'm walking slightly behind you, just kind of picking up the stuff that's falling out of your backpack so I can give it back to you later.
Yeah, I do not care about any of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
These people are both way too excited.
But in different energies.
Yes.
Opposite ends of the spectrum, way too excited.
Jungmin is like, yeah. Like the Energizer Bunny?
Yeah.
Like
Oh
that kind of energy. Just but like turned up to 10, like pop, 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 pop. Yep.
That's so cute.
All right. As all of you have finally have breached the village entrance into Unsan, the couple things that you'll notice is just like sort of a faint off smell, almost like sort of like the smell of like perhaps just like animal pens just sort of to the side. There is a sort of crying woman in front of her shoe shop. Like it's like very clearly like, whatever a shoe, give me so if someone has a shoe pun for like a shoe shop, definitely let me know. But just like some kind of like a corny like shoe pun store going on. There seems to be the energy in Unsan, despite all of the nobles. The servants seem to just be like kind of carrying everyone's things, as well as certainly carrying in their hearts a very chaotic sort of message or portent that all of you have also been prompted on. And in essence, all of you have been given just like not a vague briefing, but a briefing of what you have, of all the information you have, rather. That being that you will be going to this Lord Wan Songju's house. Lord Wan's request to the Black Bear clan is to exorcise a spirit that is plaguing his wife. We got Bunny Darby going on. The Josung Saja, the psychopomp Song Ji-hoo, came to Jian, your sort of de facto leader in this moment, that this is a case of an akryang, or an evil spirit that has not quite made it to the afterlife. The techniques within y'all's hands involve possession. The three of you, depending on your involvement, however long you've been here, have the skills, techniques, and resistances to be able to handle what you have been prompted to be a manageable instance of an evil spirit. Something that all mudangs have also in their pocket is the knowledge that there are these good black bear mudangs, but just as there are good mudangs, there are the dark mudangs, the ones that harness evil spirits, encourage these akryang to curse the living world. So with all of the potential theories in mind, the resources that you have, is if there's any interesting sounds or sights that any of you want to be in tune with just before you begin to walk towards the clear path to Lord Wan's manor, you can give me any manner. You can give me like a perception check, investigation, just to see if you are interested in hearing anything. You're now hearing sort of like some crashing noises in the distance, on top of an off smell and this crying woman in front of her shoe shop.
I would love to make a perception check, if I may.
While you're doing that, are we like at the house, did you say, or are we just entered the village?
At just entering the village,
Okay.
but it's very clear that you just have to, it's kind of like a straight shot to the manor. Like it's very clearly the only good looking kind of like big noble sort of house.
Okay. Can I attempt to do a perception check as well then?
Yeah, absolutely.
So fun little factoid about lunomorphs is that I get advantage on things that require me to use my ears. Investigation checks, perception, or survival that I use my ear balls for. So
your ear balls.
My ear balls. That's a tight 21. I can do math.
21. Okay. Gian, are you also bothering with sort of the outside town? Gian? Theta?
Oh, my brain did not classify that as my name for a second.
No, sorry.
Yeah, I think Jion's looking around, but more looking for any magical things to see if there's funky spirits going on than anything else.
Totally.
I don't think Jion, in all honesty, cares as much about the people, because Jion is not entirely convinced that this is not the cause of their patron.
Totally.
Yeah. Mommies can get it. I should not say that. It's fine.
I got a 17 perception. I'm kind of looking for I'm looking more at the people if possible. Like I'm trying to scan the faces of the people and try to see if I can recognize either anything wrong or any telltale signs of like any negative spiritual influence or anything like that.
Got it. And Gian, give me a nature or religion check, actually.
And I'm better at religion than nature. That was real bad. That's an 11.
11 religion. To go at the top for Jungmin, were you attempting to hear or see anything in particular?
I think Jungmin was just listening for listening to everything around, but sort of trying to pick out like, oh, is there something unusual besides the lady crying in front of her shop? Just something.
Yes. So I think fairly immediately, not immediately, but something that you would definitely notice is that I think even relating to the shoe shop lady, obviously she's crying. Obviously she's kind of making somewhat of a scene. The shoe shop's name is Soulmates. Thank you, Chelsea. And just as every pair of shoe that she makes and her employees makes, they are her soul bonded soulmates to her. These shoes mean the artistry that she puts behind every thread. You notice that there seems to be a ghost shoe of some sort just beginning to walk out of the shoe shop and just sort of make a round around the corner and then all the way to the back behind the shoe store. No one else seems to notice it besides you do.
Is Chungi carrying Jungmin right now?
I'm imagining you sitting on my shoulder. You know, like
Jungmin just puts arrows in the other fist. Over there. Look. Feet,
what?
Toes. Look. Walkies.
Feet and toes. Chungi, what you are noticing, even as Jungmin is sort of like badgering you at the moment,
I'm a rabbit. I'm not a badger.
Disadvantage? No, I'm kidding. You are noticing there seems to be this sort of like pub or like inn sort of area where there are some sort of concerned handmaiden type people just kind of talking to each other. And they make sort of like, you do notice them making sort of like looks and gestures over to the three of you. As you think, I feel like it's pretty clear that they're realizing that like, oh, they're here for a problem that we kind of know about. Just so like some like clucking hens in that regard. Jian, you're with your 11 religion. I think you're just like bad vibes. This town's got bad vibes.
This has bad vibes.
There's just bad vibes.
Understood.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Bad vibes. This makes sense. I don't like it.
Jian, you are also noticing, you're hearing Jungmin start like kind of excitedly talk about toes.
Toe?
Point out the toes. Point them out.
Yeah. Just
What?
gently turning head like.
And Jian and Chunghee, you don't know. There are people that have feet that have shoes on. There are no open toes anywhere. There are no disembodied toes. Jungmin's just kind of as far as the two of you are kind of noticing, there's nothing in sight.
Yep. Jumps off.
Wait.
We can use full sentences.
I think Jungmin is barefoot. Just as like an added thing.
Oh, now I see some toes. Okay.
I think she's excited. We should just follow her.
Yeah, let's follow her, if only for the sake of making sure no death.
That's a good idea. Let's go.
Yeah.
Everyone give me their passives super quick.
So bad.
11.
10.
We have good passives.
Oh, sorry, give me
Excellent.
all of those one more time.
10.
10,
11.
11,
14.
14. Okay. So I think, unfortunately, before all of you are about to turn the corner, about to like approach potentially the shop, two guards sort of with glaives, like very traditional sort of outfit, of sort of gorgeous, like black and red and deep blue sort of accents all over. They approach all of you from behind, and then just the two of them in unison just sort of clack their glaives like on the ground. One of them speaks and just sort of says, "Are you from the Black Bear clan?" I think engaging Chunghee because you're tall.
Oh, I was gonna say, I immediately look to Jiun as like the de facto leader.
I think Jiun is going to look at them and just be like, "Who are you?"
I'm gonna make a check super quick to see how much etiquette they have. Okay. there's like a nod of acknowledgement to you, Jian, in this case, and then the two of them sort of step back to provide some respectable distance and bow to you at like 90-degree angle. And the one that previously just spoke said, "We are here to escort you. We were not sure if you were going to be lost or late, but we see that you made it past already. If you don't mind, we'd like to take you straight to the palace, the mansion, rather."
Okay, past what?
And then they look around at like the cacophony of like bad smell and the crashing sounds and women crying. Just past.
Okay. Yeah. Take us to your lord.
Take me to your leader.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
No, can't say that. Take us to your lord.
Jungmin, do you want to ride on my shoulder again?
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Peace.
Pick her up.
Is this child with the two of you?
This is not a child.
That's a full
sir.
grown
I am not a
adult.
child. I am just short.
Jungmin is a full-grown adult.
I will ask you to show respect.
Right. And then
Oh.
the two of them sort of look at each other like, fucking Mudans? What the fuck is this? But
Jungmin
you-
pulls out a hammer.
No. I put my hand on the hammer and slowly lower it.
I
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
Young just basically like tries to does the thing where you would almost go to cover somebody's eyes, except instead of cover their eyes, like almost just tries to block out the side of these two.
Yeah. The two of you are now greeted with like, as sort of the, not necessarily like cobblestone, but like full dirt paths that mark their ways in this like busy sort of street area, are now being greeted with like the more like specifically sort of tiled out pathway to Lord Wan's manor. The class difference certainly makes its line known as you reach the threshold and are beginning to finally finally make your way through. Let's see. And to also clarify, it's like about, we'll say maybe it's like 6 p.m., 6 hours just before midnight or so. The sun is it's definitely setting, like the oranges and pinks and purples of the sky are present. But as you're walking towards the manor, it almost seems as if the sun begins to also start setting just a bit more as y'all are walking. The guards pay no mind, but I think the three of you will notice just this odd sense of there is a dark power that you are being led into in terms of walking towards Lord Wan's manor. It is as most rich sort of architectural structures are, beautifully made from the outside, but as you enter, strangely empty. There are beautiful decorations and such, but the servants keep their heads down. Any sort of home-like laughing sort of feeling that you have experienced within the Black Bear clan, within your own quarters and peoples and families, there is no such sort of togetherness that you are really feeling inside of this place. And if there's, I think the guards will sort of have all three of you wait outside of this like grand door where the decorations on this like wooden and paper door has made it clear that this is sort of the office space or like room door to Lord Juan and his wife. The guards leave, quote unquote, but you find that they are still very much like standing right at the doors of where y'all have entered. So they're just like, they basically just leave you with, you are to wait here. Please be patient as Lord Juan is catering to his wife, and just allow them a few moments before they come and prompt you. So if the three of you want to look for anything or have any conversations super quick, as I look at my notes to see what I have to say next, then for sure, let me know what you want to do.
I would love to cast Divine Sense, if I could.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and a powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ear. It's an action. At the end of my next turn, I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. Yes.
Yeah, let's go with detect magic as well. Just to kind of double down on that. What the fuck is happening? Like, what are the vibes?
Right. Did Jungmin want to do anything? We're going to first resolve the divine sense, but I just want to ask Jungmin if there's anything you had in mind as well.
Jungmin's just running in circles around, like small circles in the room, like looking around at stuff, suddenly just like staring at a corner.
You find like a servant child, just like, I think like maybe carrying a basin, and just like looks, I think you like lock eyes.
Oh no. Jungmin? Leave the poor child alone, please.
And you notice the child like actually goes into the door, goes inside the room before all three of you are prompted in. Divine sense, that is it just good and evil, or is it also like undead and such?
It is where did it go? Location of celestial fiend or undead. And I register the presence of evil or good as like a smell or beautiful music.
Beautiful. There's not a strong sense of undead. If it were a pungent smell, it's not pungent, but there is almost as if it has been lingering there for maybe sort of the scent of like a strong pickled flavor is just like still there after maybe a day or two. It's not that it is completely devoid, but it does not seem as if there is a presence actively happening right now. Whatever sort of scent undead rings to you, and your sort of arrangement or what's it called, oath with your god, however that sort of smells, you clock that. Okay. Certainly.
I turn to the group after like doing a weird meditation stance for like a solid 30 seconds.
Just like a big sniff.
I do a big old sniff. I turn around and I say, either someone has recently made kimchi, or there are or was the presence of undead in this vicinity. So we need to be alert for either kimchi or undead.
Yeah, I'm really hungry.
I feel like we don't need to be alert for kimchi. I feel like we could just ask for that if we wanted it.
That's true.
Kimchi. But
I was saying, like, if you don't notice it's there, how can you eat it? But yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
And detect magic.
Yeah, detect magic means that for the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura and any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. It also cannot really penetrate barriers, but it's 10 minutes long, and I can just cast it at will. So it's worth it.
Yes. Almost, it's like an aura of sorts, not similar to the smell, but I think you're just like, if you want to be able to see a little bit more in depth, it's a matter of getting past the door. But there's faint magic. It's not a particular school of anything. It is the presence of magical beings having existed here before. And I think finally, the young child, the boy that had the basin from before, kind of shyly peeks his head from the door and is just like, you can come in now.
Does the child look by any chance like the known descriptors of the Lord and Lady?
No, the child is dwarven.
Okay.
And you'll notice the Lord and Lady are human or sort of humanoid in nature. Okay. The dwarven young child sort of allows you in. There seems to be a dwarven handmaiden attending to a beautiful woman that is laying down on the ground, sweating. You'll notice that she is dabbing this lady's forehead with the basin that the young boy seemingly provided, dabbing her forehead with the wet towel. You'll notice, however, that her wrists and like ankles are restrained with bed sheets as she is laying down on what seems to be an incredibly comfortable, sort of cozy mattress situation. However, there are eye bags under her eyes and she's sweating, she's tired, and clearly being restrained for seemingly however long. Not necessarily any check, but there are bruises in all sort of varying states of healing, seemingly from an extended period of time. She's been restrained. And holding her hand next to her, kneeling down, is this lord with not wearing a ceremonial like hat, not necessarily presenting a certain way because he's been attending to his wife in this room. He looks up at all three of you and taking a second away from just stroking his wife's hand comfortingly. I think he goes over to light a few candles as, again, the sun is setting and not wanting it to get too dark as he begins to have a conversation with all of you. He stands to attention, greeting you with somewhat of a grimace. You're punctual. Good. Now listen, you lot. I don't know anything about this archaic mudang business, but nothing else seems to have worked curing my wife. There will be no funny business, I hope. Biting the sides of his fingertips, a terrible habit, Lord One loses much of his haughty demeanor as he nervously looks back down at his wife. Kneeling, he takes her hand again. My wife had high hopes for you, so I beg you, please save her in whatever manner you can, whatever method, whatever you need from me. I hope I will be able to provide to you what you need. With that sort of final beg, that final plea, Lord One actually steps away. Before he like completely leaves, he lets all of you know, my wife's name, you will call her Lady Sohyun. And I think he will also introduce the handmaiden's name is like a dwarven, beautiful young woman named Yun. And the dwarven child is her son, Yun's son. He doesn't name the child in particular, but the child does still stay in the room next to his mother as well as Lady Sohyun. So Lord Wan Songju, he just basically says, if you need me, I'll be in my office. let one of the guards know that you need my attention, and I'll provide it to you. I will leave you to it. And he sort of awkwardly sort of walks out. And you have the room now with the handmaiden, the small child, as well as Lady Sohyun.
I immediately looked to Jun, like for direction.
What's the detect magic detecting? This man
Right.
also did not tell us anything about what's happening. We still don't know.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
throw things.
Yeah. So the detect magic now, I think there are some attempts at like the necromantic nature of cure wounds, like just healing magic, lesser restoration. And it's something to certainly note, I think, to the paladin as well, that lesser restoration didn't do anything. And again, it's only the faint, like this is the effect that was happening to Lady Sohyun, not necessarily that she is doing anything or attracting any type of magic school in particular. Does Jian say we weren't told anything in particular, or like out loud, or how are we sort of?
I think Jion kind of like grumbles it a little bit, is just not happy about like my patron did not tell me enough information, and this guy just seems to presume that I know exactly what happened to his wife and the history of this town, despite having just gone here. Like, not happy about that. And we'll turn to like their companions and say, and like recount the information and add on. Do any of you did Josung Saja talk to any of you about this in greater length, or no?
Absolutely not.
No. Well, maybe they tried, but it sort of ran out the door. Since they said there's a job.
Okay. I guess we should try to attend to the lady.
There's still people. The handmaiden is still here.
Yeah,
The handmaiden and her child are here.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Then I guess Jungmin is gonna go up to the handmaiden and just like pop us like crisscross. You just flop next to it. Be like, okay, so how long has she been like this? Have you noticed anything weird? When's the last time you made kimchi? And how can I get some? And why is she tied up like this?
I think that Chuggy was kind of standing over the woman, the lady, trying to sort of like kind of like saying a prayer to her goddess and stuff. And then as soon as Jungmin says like, when did you last make kimchi and can I have some, she like opens one eye and is like, hmm. And like starts paying attention a little bit to what's going on over there instead of her prayer. But please go on.
Again, Yun, this dwarvish handmaiden, definitely a younger, seemingly sort of woman, sheepishly, as she's like still catering, like kind of continuing to dab whatever makes her lady comfortable, just sort of says, okay, well, it's been about a week. And as you can imagine, even a week of this sort of activity for Our Lady is very arduous for her. I am the main servant, the one that sees to Our Lady's health at the moment. For the whole week, rather, I've been by her side. There has been no particular kimchi related alleviating sort of cures made, but if that's something that we should be considering, I can certainly get on that.
He kind of groans and closes her eyes again and goes back to praying.
No, it just means that there's demons afoot or something of the sort.
Or I'm hungry. But anyways, go on.
Oh, if you're hungry, she like kind of nudges her son Youngie to like, could you get them some snacks? And then the child just kind of like waddles out and it's just
Chuggy
like,
opens her eyes again and turns around.
I think Jion is now judging slightly, not them, the fact that they didn't feed this lady kimchi while sick.
Yeah, honestly.
Like,
It's like-
decisions have been made, maybe not the best ones.
absolutely.
It's like the Windex like cure, like, oh, if you put Windex on stuff, it makes it go away. That's like that is the Black Bear clan's like
yeah.
like
It's
Windex,
like, feed
like
them
kimchi.
kimchi.
Yeah,
what my
Kimchi,
parents
idiot.
do.
You have cold, eat kimchi. It burns out the sickness.
It's
Kimchi and
got
ginger.
probiotics that's good for your gut, as my mom likes to say.
Yep.
Gut.
Yeah. As Yan sort of like ushers her son out to get y'all some food, she sort of says, I've lived here for about 10 years, about a decade. I've never seen anything of this sort. I've never seen so many guests of even magical prowess not understand what's going on. A few guests have come throughout the time I've been here. I'm always been very busy, so I apologize if some of my memory is hazy. But it's just been about a week, basically.
Has there been anyone in the past few months who may have visited, who may have not been super happy, or something happening in the town that people aren't happy about? Is there a significant lack of kimchi in your village's life? Has any suspicious people or things been found on the grounds lately? Or your lady
Several
take up
murders or
any new
desecration.
hobbies or interests?
Any desecration of graves?
That's a pretty common one that people don't know. They're like, here's my new persimmon bed, like farm thing, and then lo and behold, it's a grave. And then you put your kimchi on top of a grave, and then your kimchi is cursed.
It happens
Cursed
to the best of
kimchi
us.
Yeah, happens a lot.
I'm
It
not
doesn't happen to the
sure
best
of
of us. It
any of
happens to
that.
the
I
worst.
will say, I haven't heard any news. I don't live. I live within the manor grounds. I haven't heard anything of that, but I know that there's been a strange amount of pollution in the wetlands as of recently. I'm not sure when exactly that started. I'm not a wetland worker, but there are certainly people to interview sort of outside of the manor, the miners, the wetland workers. And specifically, there is a silver mine, is the mining that she's talking about. I know that there's been a considerable amount of complaining at the inn. Just certainly things that I'm not sure if anyone had any particular fault or hand in.
I'm sorry, did you have more questions for this person?
Any horrible accidents take place in the silver mines? Anything particularly of interest of disgruntled people at the inn? Or anybody that you can think of that we should talk to? Is there like a foreman for the mine? A kimchi maker in the inn? Just important information.
We're covering all our bases, you have to understand.
Yes, kimchi is very important.
If you want to speak to the inn owner, the inn is called the Yagwan Inn. Poram is a friend of mine. She's sort of the bartender, innkeeper. There's another sort of figure throughout the town, a miner. His name is Kangmin. Um,
Just to
he-
clarify, a minor like the guy who hits rocks, not a minor like a child.
Yes,
Okay.
the silver miner. The
Understood.
silver miner.
With an E, not an O.
Understood.
Yes. Kang Min has had some, flowery things to say about the work conditions. He's always been very vocal about work conditions. But Boram would be a good start. She's sort of the innkeeper. She talks to a lot of people, knows a lot of people. But as far as any incidents, I mean, the pollution just sort of happened. I don't know if that anything in particular went on with that, but that was certainly strange.
Did it start somewhere? Or is it just like boom everywhere? Like
Near
how
the
it's
silver
been-
mine.
Okay,
Near the silver mine.
Okay. Is there any kimchi out there? Are there any kimchi pots out there?
When did you
Uh,
start excavating the silver mines?
Fairly recently as well.
Why only recently?
They reopened.
Why had they closed?
I believe that may be a Lord Wan conversation to have. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe something along the lines of maybe it just wasn't as fruitful before. I'm not sure. I will
Silver
say.
doesn't appear out of nowhere, but okay.
Has the lady received anything from the silver mine? Any jewelry? Any eating things from that area? Like with the chapsticks or a spoon that's made out of silver?
I think well, Yun just sort of like has seemingly her visibly she's just like I have no idea, and then she looks down to the lady who seems to like despite her restraints just kind of like flex her fingers a little bit as she like touches Yun's dress in sort of like the acknowledgement of like I'm awake. And the sort of soft strained voice of Lady Sohyun just sort of says, do all of you mind coming over here so that I can hear you better?
I've been standing over her this whole time.
Yeah.
Just silently, like a creep.
Wild.
Shuffles
Yeah.
the butt over.
June comes over as well.
I will say, I have not been gifted anything. I haven't really gotten the chance to feed myself very much either. I don't know what could be going on with the mind these days, but the three of you, would you be able to make anything out of dreams if I told you?
That was actually going to be my next question, so hopefully yes.
My memories as of late are not the best. I'm not sure how much you are aware either, but for the past week, at night, as soon as it hits midnight, I am overtaken with the evil spirit. For the past week has been extremely arduous for all of us. And the dwarven handmaiden Yun just sort of like holds her lady's hand, and it's just like, it's been mostly arduous for you. The lady Sohyun just like appreciatively nods. So forgive me if I'm not able to remember too much in detail. But I remember drowning. I remember a feeling of being hands wrapped around my throat in some sort of violent fashion. Although I have spoken to many of the herbalists, apothecaries, and clerics that we have in Unsun, nothing has been made very clear of the dreams. There has been some alleviating of my symptoms and the pain, but mostly I am concerned with hurting anyone when I'm asleep.
What does it look like? What does it feel like when you're overtaken on midnight at midnight?
A breathlessness, almost as if something is attempting to reach out of me by my neck first, as if it's pressing from the inside out of my body to get out of me. But I don't know what I could have eaten or if something could have come into my body. I don't know what, it just happened suddenly.
My companions. Oh, please go.
Did your husband go to the mines recently? The marshes? Has anyone died in the village recently or gone missing that you know of?
And there's like a look of like some recognition when you say recently. Not recently, but a friend of my husband and I's, my husband, he didn't disappear or anything of that sort. I still get letters from his family, but he left sort of abruptly one day. My husband said that he went on a trip to the Royal University, or rather, we went to the Royal University together when we were children. But I don't want to speak. She laughs softly. I don't want to speak too ill of my husband, but certainly Pyeongjun was more of the intellectual type. But he left recently. I suppose.
Did he come to see you and your husband often?
Mm-hmm. But he always had big dreams.
Pardon me for asking. Oh, big dream. No, pause on that. Pardon me for my inconsideration, but by any chance, did you and your husband marry for political means?
I'm not sure what you mean. I
mean,
I
you
love my
are lord and
husband.
lady. Many marriages between nobles are those of political leanings, not necessarily those of love.
She takes a long time to answer.
Junggi looks so uncomfortable right now. She's standing like
feel
stiff
like-
as a board.
Jungmin is like, yeah, no, push harder. Like,
Dion's like, these are the questions I ask, not anyone else, for the specific reason that I can do it, but like, I don't enjoy it.
Yun kind of looks at all of you like a little bit horrified and is just sort of like, maybe let's ask another question for now.
Were
Okay.
you in love with the friend who did? I'm kidding. Jungmin is dumb, but not that dumb.
About your friend's big dreams. What sort of dreams were they? Were you and your husband involved in trying to like make them come to fruition in terms of like patronage or whatever?
Certainly. He was a free spirit, passionate of literature and philosophy. I mean, something my husband and I can certainly agree on was that his ideas were too optimistic, certainly required more than just himself, but he felt that he could do more.
Did he have anything on him, like an object of sorts, maybe a shared object that you three had? That
Also, where did he stay in this house?
yeah.
Oh, he didn't stay in our manor. He stayed. He traveled. He was around. He found some time at the inn. We all have our graduation sort of papers, if that's what you mean.
Something that is that something he would carry on him like all the time?
It feels like something a scholar would.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, with his sort of identification papers, as much as you have on you. Traveling makes things easier around the borders.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Me. For no particular reason, I think we should go to the marshes.
Chung-hee kind of unfreezes at the sign that the conversation might be over, and is like, a wonderful idea. My lady, if I may, I would, before we leave, with your permission, of course, I would like to attempt to try to understand what is possessing you a little bit better. I'm not 100% certain if this will be an uncomfortable experience for you or not, so please feel free to decline, but if you would allow me, I would like to attempt to parse what is causing you this pain.
Certainly.
All right. Chung-hee kneels next to the lady. She puts one hand on her chest, where beneath her armor and robes the holy symbol of her goddess is hidden. She places one hand on the lady's forehead, and I could either do I was thinking either religion or arcana check, or I have like a feature that I could try and cast that's like a little bit of a bigger bang that I don't know if we're ready for yet. So I was kind of trying to aim for doing just like a religion or arcana check and trying to like reach out spiritually into whatever is possessing her, but let me know if that is something that I can do.
If it's not going to be a feature or spell, you won't be able to get something super deep, but I can check as always. Perfectly fine.
Okay. It's just the feature is the Mudong feature, the anti-possession technique, and that feels like a bit of a.
She's not currently possessed, also.
Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to like almost commune with whatever is possessing her, if that makes sense, or like whatever has been in and out of her.
That will be a high DC if you want to just do that through a check, I will say.
I'm gonna make an attempt, baby.
Yeah.
Can I give a guidance to Chung-hee?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly Chung-hee, you can, if all of you are helping, you can do this with advantage and a guidance if you get a natural 20, basically.
Oh. Okay, and what's guidance? D4?
It's a extra D4. Yep.
Fantastic. Okie dokie. Advantage, guidance. Please, mama. Mama tiger. Oh. Okay. Okay, so I rolled a 19. I got a 3 on the guidance, so that's 22. And then if I'm doing religion or arcana, it'll be an additional +4 to that. So 26.
26 is definitely good.
Oh!
26
So
at
it's not
level
gonna-
3 is busted.
It's incredible. So your specific question was about anything that could parse the specific spirit.
Like just the nature, even if it's just like if I could get a sense of like the emotions that this thing is feeling, like intention. It's very spiritual mumbo jumbo, not necessarily if that is any more.
Gotcha. Let me check something. Do you have second level spells at all?
I only have first.
Okay. If you want to give me a spell slot, basically.
Yes. Happily.
Okay. Cool. By way almost of a very babied down commune, calm emotions, sort of that type of whatever class of magic. Divination, we'll say. Is there a certain way that you interact with the items in the room or like interact with the lady as you decide to parse through this?
I think that Jung-hee definitely has a lot of really, really deep, like, religious love for her goddess. So, and a lot of like genuine faith in her. So it's a sort of like reaching out to this goddess who she's never been able to speak with before, but like she has a party member who speaks with on the reg, and is just sort of like, I see what you do for others. And just like pouring all of her faith and like love and really just reaching out emotionally towards whatever is here because she knows that it's on the same like wavelength as what her goddess would be able to parse.
Okay. Almost as if there's sort of this like something that catches your eye is like the incense smoke that begins to sort of almost billow out into like the sort of ceiling of the room, as sort of smoke is wont to do, to sort of like come to the top of any room. And in small, almost snippets of not visions, but like smoke art characters, almost like in an inky or like the Asian sort of ink sort of painting patterns, is like a very musical beginning of these 3 figures. 2 of them are taller. One is wearing more of like an official ceremonial hat garb. The other one seems to be reading a book. And the shorter one seems to have this like long, beautiful braid that like kind of wisps with also the smoke past her. They seemingly all get along. And then as the shorter smoky figure and the taller figure with the book begin to speak more, begin to spend more of their time away from the man in the more ceremonial hat. There's this figure, it's hard to see this happening all at the same time because this is only Chung-hee can see this, I will say. The figure with the ceremonial hat on one side of the room, on one sort of like the ceiling, as the smoke kind of continues to billow. On the other side, the 2 figures seem to dance together. And then suddenly, the man in the ceremonial hat, almost as if with a gust of wind, surges across the room and then just slams into both of the other figures, and all of the smoke disappears. The figures of the man in the ceremonial hat and the shorter figure with the braid disappear. But the remnants of the figure with the book remain. And then all of a sudden the incense finishes the stick and there's no more smoke coming out.
Thank you very much for your cooperation, my lady. I give you my word that we will cure you of this ailment. And then Chung-hee gets up and like speed walks directly out of the room.
Okay, we're leaving now. Bye. Feel better.
May you rest well. Feel better. Feed her kimchi. Awful.
Yana's just like, what?
I'm like, I gotta catch up with them. I cannot let them be out by themselves.
And do you communicate that, Chung-hee, to your friends as you sort of begin to speed walk out?
I think as soon as they catch up to me and we start walking, Chung-hee just like info dumps on them, like all the stuff that she saw, and like her very like panicked theories in how that sides with like all of the extremely uncomfortable, by the way, it made me so uncomfortable that you're asking those questions that you asked earlier, and how, oh my god, what if there was infidelity in the House of the Lords, and
I can assure you there is much infidelity in the House of the Lords.
Oh, I don't want to hear this.
Killed that guy.
This time, at the very least, it is not caused by Josung Saja herself. So.
Yeah, this dude mad, Jen.
Wait. My goddess, the primordial tiger herself, would do no such thing.
Huh?
I can tell you've never met her.
Huh?
Continuing on, should we check out the mines first? Should we go to the inn or should we go to the marshes?
Well, the marshes are next to the mine, right?
This is a good point.
So
I will say, I do think we should go to the marshes and the mines, but at some point I would like to have a direct conversation with the Lord.
I agree.
I don't trust him.
Oh, what if after we investigate in the marshes, we go, sir, we need you to come out here and explain something, and then we can get him away from the house and in the marshes where he probably drowned that guy. Let's be honest.
Do we think that a lord would come out to the marshes?
Likely not.
We could probably lure him though if we give him the right incentive. We found a body out there. We need your help identifying it. That would probably make him freak out and come running.
This is true.
If we find a body.
Or a body down in the mines.
Yes.
I will say my experience with the higher class of this wonderful world that we live in is quite extensive. They don't like to get dirty. So we'll see. I think we need to confront him in whatever way we can, and we should definitely go to the marshes and the mines.
Yeah. Kimchi.
I take off sprinting.
I want to ask.
Grab onto
I stop.
Officially, the location y'all want to go to is the marsh mine sort of area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Before we get into that incredible Scooby-Doo sort of chase that we are creating for ourselves, we are going to take a super quick break. It's going to be like 5 to 10. Everyone, thank you so much for sticking around. Again, please check out pre-order the Kickstarter for September 27th, Nines Heavens Press, The Undying Corruption, 5 D&D 5e supplement, which is the adventure that we are telling right now. Thank you to everyone starting the hype, giving TTRPG the subs and gifts. Thank you so much for sticking around. We'll be back in 5 or 10. Hello, welcome back to the Undying Corruption adventure. Um, for anyone potentially joining, we have our three shamans, our mudangs, coming into the town of Unsan, where they just met the Lord and Lady of the town. The Lord, kind of a guy, just a normal one, and his wife, who is for the past week been possessed by an evil spirit. There is talk of the town, of the workers, and unsafe or strange conditions working at the wetlands and the silver mine. And our three adventurers, our two tiger people, our one rabbit person, we will be now joining them as they are beginning to sort of sprint on towards the mining and wetlands area.
Sorry, I started to sprint and then Gion told me to stop sprinting, so I stopped sprinting.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Pick me
Gion
up.
went, I'm not running.
Y'all also don't know how to get there, so what's
oh shit,
what's the plan?
We turn around, go back, and ask them for directions.
Gion will just be like, no, we just walk into town and we ask for directions because
Yeah, or
This
I
is why
can
you're in
use
charge.
my natural investigatory nature lookabouts to find the location.
I figure we can just go like as soon as we leave the place and we kind of just wander around. There's people who know where the mines are.
Yeah, there's that.
Unless you can somehow hear a marsh.
I am a ranger.
So at this time, we can say that a little sort of bright light makes its way around and just sort of circles around Jungmin's ears. And do you want to describe super quickly?
Yes. This is Navi, not named for any particular reason. But as a stargazer,
Star Watcher,
lunamorph, I do have a tiny star child. He's a little friend. I like to imagine looks like a bitty baby wearing like a humble and just like flying around like Peter Pan style and just glowing.
Like a human baby or like
like a human baby. Or maybe a lunamorph baby, actually. That would probably make more sense. But like a little lunamorph baby and like has like a tiny hammer in one hand and it's just like wee.
I wish I could draw.
I can't draw.
Just like a tiny bitty one.
Busy.
That's just flying around. Hello, Navi, my baby, sweet child. Just cup.
You know that your little baby can fly and can also, has independent sort of movement from you. So almost in sort of this mention of Navi, the little star baby, little bunny baby, just kind of like hides in kind of like the center between your ears, and it's just like looking around.
Yes. Like wherever I look, she looks the opposite way and then back around. So we're like covering our bases. But because she's turning physically with my head, it doesn't really help that she looks to the left if I look to the right. Like, it's a thought that counts.
Yes.
Thank you, Navi. It is very dark and I cannot see in the dark. I mean, it might be daytime, but it's
probably by this time, maybe like 8 p.m. We'll see. Maybe spend an hour there.
It's crime o'clock.
Crime. So are y'all wanting to rely on Jungmin to get y'all to these wetlands?
Sure. Let's see what happens.
Okay. How would you like to do that, Jungmin?
I think. Did we get when we were walking into the place, into this town area, from a distance, could we see like any off growth, or there is town and then surrounding areas? Were there any marshy-ish areas nearish by visible from when we came?
I think you are even not even just seeing the geographical sort of aspect of it. People are coming home that are like covered in like dirt and like
that way. Where they're coming from. I did it. I solved it. Let's go.
Yeah. Making your way over, I think kind of immediately the smell. You sort of look through, there's this great river that seems to be, again, going through these wetlands, like these like very like grassy but also watery sort of fields. However, these fields are covered, flowing with tar and ichor. And the smell is not really one, like you can't really pinpoint it. It's not industrial or anything like that, which is potentially where you could imagine. I'm not sure if any of you know what the word industrial even connotates, but like it's not from anything you've ever seen before. But I think also, if we'll say, if y'all want to give me a perception check or a spell attack, there's not like a specific attack. I just using what you use for your spells. If you want to roll that instead of a perception check, you can do that to sort of see the nature of this tar.
Could I also pop another divine sense?
Yes, of course.
I'll absolutely burn more detect magic up.
I'll give myself guidance and make I guess a perception check.
Yeah, is so if
Could it be a survival?
If we choose to do spell attack instead, are we expending a spell or are we just using the bonus instead?
You don't have to expend anything.
Okay, then I will do a spell attack roll.
Yeah, I'll use my spell attack as well.
Ooh, I got a 22.
I did not get that high. I got 18.
18 is good still.
Me and my dice are struggling. It's fine.
12.
Let's see. I'll give you your star baby. Navi can give you advantage.
Oh, I get advantage?
Yeah.
Yes. Tight. That's much better. And there was a 2 on that. So 23.
Jesus.
Amazing. All of you, I think, whether or not this is your usual, I think, reaction, something gets sent straight to your spine, sort of this core visceral feeling of this is not just tar. It's not just ichor. It's not anything. It's not industrial overflow. It's not anything of the sort. It's not even somehow smoke congealing from any sort of like machine, wherever they may even be. This is the essence. Darby, this is the essence of what remained of the physical form of evil spirits. Almost as if like a muddled, crushed up corpse is what somehow overflowed into the wetlands completely.
And we're getting the sense that this is like evil spirit essence, not an evil spirit was destroyed and this is what's left behind. More like this is significant of something being here, not like a battle took place here or something like that.
Say that one more time.
Okay, sorry. The tar is some sort of excess off of an evil spirit, but we get the sense that it's like this isn't like evil spirit got pwned and this is what's left behind after it got its ass beat. More so, this is like an evil spirit in the area is causing this problem.
It seems to be even greater than that, you think. There was something that inspired these spirits to come here, even to like allow their physical forms to amalgamate here, to because the river, these fields, I'm sure you can even imagine how many forms or corpses it could have even taken. Almost the vision of like spirits taking the remains of their bodies and throwing it into these wetlands to like let their bodies sort of turn and melt into the wetlands.
That is
gross.
Oh, okay.
Can Jungmin cast locate object?
Yes.
Targeting the lady had described the scholars like papers.
Yeah, we'll say that she showed them to you as well.
She's targeting those papers. It's 1,000-foot radius. It's concentration for 10 minutes. So she's just going to, as we're walking around, try and see if feel that object out.
Yeah, let me go ahead and also pull that up. So yeah, you are very familiar with what they look like. And she said the name of the man is Byungjun. His full name is An Byungjun. So you have even the full name. Spell can locate a specific object known to you, as long as if you've seen it up close, which you have.
Uh-huh.
And it's within 1,000 feet. Before I even get to that, I also want, let's have everyone do, let's do the same thing of a perception versus spell attack sort of roll to see.
Also, my divine sense that I popped.
That's right. That's
okay.
I still have detect magic up as well.
For the divine magic, I think you get overwhelmed in the smell of like almost as if sulfur, even though that's not exactly what this smells like. You just get overwhelmed with the scent of undead.
Okay. Thank you.
And evil. Like just straight up, like this is not a good place for anyone to be working in.
Okay, guys. This place sucks.
And yeah, the detect magic, it's similar to there's not a particular magic that is happening. This is just, it's not even spells that are happening. It is the inherent magical nature of these beings, however they have influenced this area. I think necromancy in general is just something that can easily be felt, not as like a active spell, however. So we'll resolve locate object as soon as I get these perception / spell attack sort of rolls.
At 22.
22.
19.
19. Let Navi give you advantage again.
Yes. So that's fucking use math. You grew up with it. That is a 19.
19. Okay. There is a ghost shoe running on top of the tar, somehow not squelching down. There seems to be 2 feet running, but only the one shoe is the only thing that is in view. And it's past 30 feet across from y'all. But almost as if an invisible force is running with one shoe on and is also holding wet paper hugging it and is just running. It is,
Oh.
we'll say 60 feet away from y'all right now.
I'm gonna take
Can
off
we-
running
Yeah,
towards
can we
it.
like try to
jump.
go around?
Roll initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, bitch.
Jungwin's like, shoot, feet. Like,
Are those the feet you were talking about earlier? I got an 18 initiative.
18.
Can we try to cut around as well?
I'm gonna head straight for it. You guys go do whatever you think.
Yeah.
well, I'm on your shoulders, so.
Oh shit.
I'm going to try to cut around.
Okay.
Tactics.
We're so smart.
My int is a 14, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
Your what's? Oh, your intelligence? Yeah, mine
Uh-huh.
is too. Oh my god,
Nice.
we're so smart.
Mine is also 14.
Oh my god, we're so smart, you guys.
My
Yeah.
I'm using my charisma for most of this though.
What was everyone's initiative again?
18.
18.
I didn't roll initiative. Give me a second.
10.
10. Okay.
20.
Nice.
All right, Gian, you are first. Again, all of you are about 60 feet away from the ghost
Yeah.
shoe.
I'm realizing. Ooh, wait, let me check. Does this I forgot the wording of how this spell works. So we're gonna check the wording of a spell really quickly and see if it works like that. So does a ghost count as a humanoid?
Aren't they undead?
I think they're undead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that disqualify them from being humanoid though?
What is the spell?
Hold person?
Uh-huh.
It disqualifies.
Okay. Yeah, I am going to I think try to just kind of run around them. For I'll use
Oh,
my
wait.
wait. Yeah?
I'm so sorry. You said you want to hold person on this thing.
Yes.
Go ahead and try.
Okay. Awesome. They have so I'll just I guess target them. They have to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right, word. What do I have to beat?
A 14. It's not that high.
That's a 15.
Damn it.
Good try, good try.
God damn it. Okay, I'll just then use my movement to try and go around.
Yes,
There we
okay,
go.
so you're-
yes, I keep
are
doing
you-
like that. Like I can't remember.
Are you
the
30
word.
feet from it at this point?
Yeah, I guess that would put me 30
Okay.
feet from them.
Okay. Do you have any bonus action?
I can do bonus action stuff, but I don't. Actually, let me read this really quickly. Damn it! I should have done this before. I'm realizing. Oh well. I will just. No, I don't really have any bonus action I want to take.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Changyi, you are next.
Yes. I am movement 30 feet straight towards it, and then I will take my action to dash another 30 feet and try
Got
to. If I reach it, I would like to try and. It's 60 feet away. With my double dash, I can do 60 feet.
Yep.
The wording of this is a little bit unclear. I have a thing called pounce, where if I move at least 15 feet in a straight line towards a creature and hit them with a melee attack. Oh wait, no, I have to hit them with a melee attack. Biscuits. Yeah, I just dashed.
I'll give you something.
Oh.
If you want how I GM usually is if you want to extend some of your vitality in whatever aspect by way of giving me a spell slot, some of your HP or something.
Okay.
We can say that Changyi extends herself in order to do this attack.
I would love to give you some of my HP.
Great.
How much would you like?
How much AP do you have?
27.
27? Give me a third of it.
A third! I can't do math!
That would be 9 hit points.
Thank you. I still can't do math. 27 minus 9.
That would be 18.
Thank you. I was an English major. Okay.
I am, in fact, a math
Word.
major.
We've got English, history, and math. So
Oh my God,
we've got
y'all.
the like 3 core.
Okay, so then I will do my
Do a
my
hit.
double dash. I'm gonna try and do, just because I didn't say I drew my sword or anything, I'm just gonna slash at him with my claws. And use that to do a pounce. So I'm just like I'm trying to basically, if I hit it, let me try and see if I hit first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, sorry. My attack bonus is my strength plus my proficiency, correct?
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm never gonna use this dice. I mean, I'm only ever gonna use this dice ever. I just rolled a 19.
Amazing.
24 to hit.
Oh yeah, totally.
Cool. 24 to hit, and then it's 1d6 plus 3 damage for my claws. That's a 6. It's 9 damage. And the target must make a strength saving throw DC 13 or be knocked prone.
Okay. That is a 7.
Oh, knocked prone, baby. If possible, I would like to, just for like flavor, because I know I don't have another action to like grapple or anything, I would like to try and like land on top of them a little bit, like claws out, snarling.
Yeah. In a poof. Not a similar incense smoke, but almost as if just like a sudden firecracker. The figure of sort of like a patchwork hanbok, almost a childlike sort of figure, pointed ears and a long black sort of like ponytail, just kind of struggles and wiggles under you as you notice from where you would be some sort of like magical child figure just like appears from under you. But that's all.
Yeah, that's my turn.
That's all. Because this child did not roll very well, Jungmin rather, you are next.
Oh, hello. The papers that this is the figure with the one shoe only visible. Yes. Okay. The papers that they were carrying, do they ping my locate object?
Yes, they do. And they're currently now just like squished where all the tar and like just squished under Chungi at the moment.
Does this did the lady give us a description of this friend at all? Physically?
No, I don't think y'all unless did you think you asked for it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Jungmin assumed we'd find a corpse pretty much. So
right.
No need to ask. Yeah. Who are you? Why do you have those papers? Like short bow in hand. Or I guess, am I in melee range of this figure?
You would be sitting on my shoulder, right? And I'm on top of them.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You can still threaten them with it though.
Yeah. Like, who are you? Why do you have those papers? I don't think they belong to you.
Oh, are you intimidating?
Yes.
Can I give advantage because I'm crouched over them snarling?
Absolutely.
June is just somewhere else.
Okay, that's better. The first one was a natural one, so thank you for advantage.
Okay.
The second one was a 12, so 13. Not great.
You said 13 total?
Uh-huh.
And you just say, what are you doing with those papers? Just generally questioning them.
Yeah. What are you doing with those papers? I don't think they belong to you.
Yeah.
Where'd you find them?
what you get is these bright white eyes look back at you with these like curling, almost like cloud-like eyebrows on this mischievous figure's face, and all he says is "merong" and just like sticks his tongue out at you.
Oh, that one, I was about to say really bad word. Because that's the only thing. That's the only thing. My grandma used to call her dog like really bad words.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
watch your mouth, you freaking mouthy. Can I try and grab the papers?
They're underneath this child.
Oh.
Yeah. Damn it.
Are we still
Give me
in
the
initiative
paper.
order?
Yes.
Okay.
You, Jungmin, didn't do an action.
Mhm.
So did you want to do anything in particular, or are you just, if you try to fish them out of the child, you're gonna have to do a high DC sleight of hand.
Well, I don't have good sleight of hand. Let's just.
What a sentence! If you try to fish them out of the child.
I think Jungmin. I think I'll just hold my action for if this child like somehow poofs gets out of this grapple.
Gotcha.
To shoot the child.
Okay.
Non-lethally.
Okay. It is the child's turn. He is going to try to break out of this grapple. So opposed athletics.
Wait, quick note. It's not a grapple. I'm just on top of him. I knocked him prone. I wish it was a grapple. That would have taken another action I already used.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we shall do it like this. He is going to we'll just do it opposed athletics regardless.
Okay.
Because that's just what makes sense in my brain right now.
Sure. $24.
Natural 20.
You're shitting me.
So
no, this is my thing. I'm beefy.
Where's silvery barbs when I need it?
So somehow this child sticks his tongue out at the both of
Slippery
you.
little fuck.
Not even somehow not using agility or acrobatics, just like somehow kind of in a gross way, his knee inverts, kind of like shoves himself out of the way and then just like slips out. He's going to run 30 feet ahead.
Oh, one thing, because he was prone, he would have to use half his movement to get up.
15. Let's see.
And you're shooting, but do I also get an opportunity attack because he's leaving my threatened range?
Absolutely.
All right, do you wanna go first, Jungmin?
I'll shoot. Yeah. Does a 19 hit the child?
Yes.
I'm not trying to kill said mischievous young figure, but injure them certainly is not off the table. So that is 8 from that, and then my Blessed Harvest feature means I deal an extra D4 when I hit with a weapon attack. So this is
nice.
1D4 radiant damage that is now dealt to young child feature of 4. So a total of 12 damage.
Okay.
I hope I did not slay this child.
So as soon as Jungmin,
oh no,
what weapon was it? Was it the short bow? Crossbow?
Short bow.
As soon as you sink a brutal arrow between the shoulder blades of this child running away, only 15 feet away, again in this firecracker smoke bloom, the Goshu disappears. The papers disappear, and the child is gone. However, one piece of paper slips out, and a seemingly dry piece of paper begins to start sinking into the tar.
Get the paper.
Yeah.
I'll go grab the paper because I know I have the
Okay.
movement and everything after this.
We are out of initiative. So Gian, you easy enough. You can just go ahead and go get it. I will say, let's see. Let's see something super quick. What are the tools that everyone has?
I have calligrapher's tools.
I was exactly going to say. With calligrapher's tools in this
it's actually
case-
useful. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wanted to see if someone had calligrapher's tools. We're going to say with using the indents of the papers, just kind of having the eye for that will give you sort of the proficiency to forge out some of the words that are like have suddenly gone missing because this is dry paper on dead people's bodies goo. So you can give me, if I don't know if there's a skill that you want to argue to roll in order to basically reprint some of these words.
Can I say intelligence? Because part of my background is the idea that I was born to like a semi-wealthy family and they like put me through like all these classes and stuff to like be up to par.
Absolutely.
And one of those classes was calligraphy, so maybe I can remember my calligraphy training.
Absolutely. Roll intelligence and relevant proficiencies, etc. Whatever.
Okay, that's not terrible. 16.
16. I think what you are able to put together, and we'll say that you're committing this to memory at this point because the paper is beginning to start burning. Not on fire, but it's beginning to just like corrode, like just start disappearing. So committing to your memory.
Dead body goo will do that to you.
Dead body goo will do that to you.
Corpse cum.
Stop.
No.
It's not even it's not even like the reason that you're able to check for indents rather than like printed words, stamps, anything standardized or of the such, you are committing to memory someone just writing on paper. And what you're able to write is An Byung-jun, you are my enemy, and I will do whatever it takes for you to never see So-hyun ever again. And then before anything else is able to appear, the paper just sort of disappears in your hands.
What did it say?
Oh boy. Can you remind me of those two names one more time? I'm terrible with names.
An Byung-jun.
An Byung-jun,
Mhm.
you are my enemy, and I will do whatever I can to make sure that you will never see So-hyun ever again.
Okay, I relay that to them.
Oh, he definitely killed him.
Okay.
I think.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Maybe this will
Guess
be
we
enough.
gotta go talk to his lord. Ship.
Can we get out of this dead body goo?
Yeah.
Let's
it's
get out of
gross.
the dead body goo.
Let's get out of the
I pick up Jungmin again.
Uppies.
Uppies.
Sorry to the child. A druid crafts some flowers where the kid disappeared.
I will say, when he poofs away, a giggle kind of
Oh,
goes
that
up
bitch is
in the
alive.
air.
That
he's
mother.
fine. Oh, he's
Oh no,
probably
the kid was
still
definitely
dead.
the kid took the papers with him. I don't think the papers would have disappeared if he had died.
That's true.
Yeah.
And he was probably dead to begin with, right? I don't sense the papers anywhere.
The kid was almost, I don't think a child who just disappeared into nothingness and was very obviously a ghost wasn't already dead.
Gotcha. The I don't ping the papers anymore, correct?
No.
They've okay. I'll keep it for as long as it's up, but I'm like, okay, bye, you annoying brat, like stealing papers don't belong to you. Whatever. Let's go confront that lord about killing his friend.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just fast travel. At this point, we'll say it's about, y'all got there at like around 8. Just to make time pass as much as possible, we'll say that y'all are able to get to the manor about 10, which there's still 2 hours until midnight. The same guards that sort of escorted you are at the front of the doors, and they regard you sort of, respectfully and allow you inside.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the plan? Do we tell him, oh, we found this letter? Maybe the source, maybe someone killed your friend. And use that to try and get him, see if he gets nervous.
What's the Lord's name again?
Wan Songju, or Lord Wan.
Lord Wan. Should we do it in front of the lady? Because maybe he'll feel guilty.
I think it would be better perhaps if we go confront him ourselves, not in front of her. She is sick as it stands, and I don't wish to worry her needlessly. He could attack, though. He's a lord. That's not too much of a problem. The bigger problem would be dealing with killing a lord. Oh, that's not too much of a problem either.
It might be, well, if we do it in front of her, doesn't she also have an authority? Could have him arrested and we won't have to kill him?
The guards may be more loyal to him than her.
That's true. She's about to do her scary possessed look soon, isn't she?
I wonder what is possessing her. Besides, like, it would make little sense in my mind for a dead lover to possess.
Well,
strange things.
Yeah, he might not have done it on purpose. It might have been just the last thing he was thinking about was her. And
another idea is we could go there. Theoretically, the spirit comes there sometime during midnight, and one of us could try and take it into ourselves instead.
I think we need to.
The lady's the more pressing.
Yes, concern. we need to rescue this woman, but I also.
I mean, laying the spirit to rest would likely do that.
Yes. I wonder if having the Lord there might cause the spirit to step out of the lady more in an attempt to confront. If we think that maybe it might, or might be able to soothe the spirit into passing. Maybe the spirit will kill him for us and we won't have to do it.
I mean, there's also the reason to stand that we, like, perhaps having the spirit talk to the Lord could help put the spirit to peace. The lady clearly is not in the position to be, I think, hosting or being possessed by a spirit. One of us could do it much easier. Could also just kill the Lord. That would probably help quite a bit with this entire thing, but
that probably wouldn't go well for us.
No,
not without evidence first. So yes. I think let's go talk to the lady and witness the possession, and then
do we wish to witness the possession, or do we wish to intervene and put one of us as the possessed instead?
Both.
Either way, as long as we can exercise it.
Yeah.
Who wants to be possessed for? Who wants to get possessed?
Oh, are you sure? I'm all right with it.
No, it's totally fine. You're also taller, and I feel like it's probably easier to like hold me down than to hold you down.
You're making very good points
because you're like super tall and strong, and
I did forget.
I'm fast. I'm sweet, but you can also just up-ease me. You know,
I'll up-ease you.
Yeah, up-ease.
I just don't want you to get hurt.
It's fine.
Cool. We'll get you possessed, Jungmin. It's fine. Have you never been possessed? Jung-hee?
Me,
But,
I have. I'm. That's why I would be willing to offer myself. I just don't. I don't like to see other people be put in that position.
I'm pretty sure that is a normal part about possession. Profession to be possessed.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I just don't. If I could take it so that my comrades don't have to.
We'll get used to it. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. I'll be fine. It's good. Oh, fine. Possess me.
I think y'all are you just like talking sort of in the corridor, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a common language that we all have that's unusual?
I speak Lunamorph.
I also speak Lunamorph.
I theoretically can speak an extra language, and I just didn't take any.
All of you can speak Lunamore.
We're all talking bunny,
And you're
baby.
talking in it?
Yeah.
Oh, bunny's back.
Bunny.
The Lord one will walk into the corridor as all of you are just sort of like having this bunny convergence, and he's just like, is this a mudang thing?
Hello.
Yeah, it's just a Mudang thing.
Yes.
My lord.
We're 2 hours out.
Mhm.
If I could have all of you, I believe you left before snacks were sort of had, so we have the snacks. I'm not sure why you need snacks while you're working.
It helps to not
it's
be possessed
energy.
on an empty stomach, you know.
It helps to
Edit
focus.
vibes, but
Yeah.
well, there's a station in front of the lady's door, not so that you may not, just so that you don't have to, we all don't have to crowd her as she's resting before midnight. And like kind of gestures to how there's like a little tea table where there is like snacks and tea for the three of you to enjoy. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to oversee this mudang business, as all of you have sort of called it.
I think June will turn to the other two, and speaking in Lunamorph will go, do we think that'd be wise?
I mean, we don't have a good way to tell him no without being.
We can say very quite easily, this may be some sort of ritual we don't wish to share with outsiders. I don't think that is a hard or even impossible move.
It might be useful to have him
This is true.
there.
If we tell him that we're planning on intervening and having one of us be possessed by the spirit instead, I think that might work.
I can restrain him as well if he becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or shoot him in the ankle.
No.
Ankle
Sure,
is
why
not
not?
lethal.
Okay.
June will turn back to the Lord and go, yes, that is perfectly all right. We are planning to have the spirit possess Jungmin here instead of the lady.
How does that work? It's only ever
Magic.
possessed. I'd like to see this then. What is the process of this?
The process
set
is
up the
secret,
ritual.
but you can see.
Well, Mudang, part of our job is being possessed by spirits.
My lord, we are being as receptive as we can, but we want to help your wife, and you can be present, but we ask that you not interfere.
Group persuasion check, please.
Can I try to assist?
Give a little guidance.
Group persuasion check, is that like all three of us roll, or?
All three of you can roll. If someone wants to give one person advantage, then one person gets advantage.
I know I have a +6 to intimidation, but I would have just a plain +4 to persuasion.
That's
I'll-
better
if
than
all of
my
you-
Yeah.
I'll ask this. Do all of you want to group persuade, scare, or lie to him about this? It all has to be the same.
I feel like we're doing a little bit of lying because we're not telling him everything.
No, yeah, we're definitely lying to him. If I could give Jun advantage and the guidance, because my own personal charisma is pretty bad.
And I'll just roll an extra deception as well.
Okay, great.
So should I roll then?
Yeah, you're rolling.
Jian rolls deception with advantage.
Hell yeah. 1. Okay. Ooh.
That's not
Ooh, I
very
rolled
good.
real bad. Okay.
I only got an 11.
Shoot. Do I also have guidance or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see if the guidance saves me a little bit. Ooh, I rolled the lowest I fucking could on guidance, so that is only 17.
That's
still
pretty
not bad.
good. That's all right.
17. You needed a 15.
Ooh.
Fucking tight.
So to clarify, you're allowing him to come in, but you're not going to show him how. You're not going to show him like how you're going to do the possession. Basically,
I mean,
Yeah.
you
like
can
tell
watch
him.
us do it, but like, I'm not gonna explain anything to him
Right.
on how
Yeah.
it works.
Like how magician does, like look, and all the cards I threw are the serial number on your fucking dollar bill. Like you can see that the trick happened, but not how.
Darby's well versed in this trick. Absolutely. All right. He just kind of what's the word? He just kind of like concedes and is just sort of like, all right, well, then I suppose is there anything that you need from me before we proceed?
Not at all. Except maybe some candles and incense, and
There are many candles and incense within
Right.
the chambers.
that's all we need.
I want to add something. I have reason to believe that this spirit that is possessing my wife, through the bits of information, the noises, dreams that my wife has muttered, I'm not sure if she remembers them herself. The spirit is out to get me.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure which person I have offended in my life. I'm sure there have been many within my station.
Mhm.
But if there is something to happen to me versus my wife, I would prefer it happen to me.
Duly noted.
Understood.
June really wants to ask, like, did you and your wife marry for love again? Like, that's June's
Oh my god.
question.
Oh my god.
Do you?
Oh, I've got a tactful way to ask it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm scared.
You really love your wife, don't you? Hmm?
Of course. Everyone is free to do an insight check, by the way.
Yes!
That's always on the table. Always.
Yeah,
always.
baby. Let's go. Fucking
Ooh,
14.
oh, not shit.
Bad. 6.
16.
What? Jian 16. Jungmin, what'd you get?
14.
Okay. Only Jian. Jian, your eyes pierce through this man, and you see a man who fears more for his own life than his wife's. The way he speaks is, when he said that he would rather something happen to him than his wife, he was lying.
That
He's
stupid bitch.
pretending to be casual about this, but there is much confusion and fear within this man who calls himself Lord.
We smell a weakness.
Please tell me you communicate this to us in Lunomorph.
Oh yeah, no, I think Xion kind of just mutters in that high pitched squeaking, like, he's lying, and that's it. He's lying. I think Jun just smiles at him and says, well, no, because he just said that he loved his wife, and she's just gonna smile and be like,
She must love you
Admiral.
very much.
We should begin we should begin preparations for the ritual.
Yes.
Yeah, we should
begin
eat.
Yes. Absolutely.
Jun, I think, will, as they're eating, probably just start setting everything up, like
Okay.
drawing out the lines.
Yeah, and y'all are free to enter into the room. Yun is there for the time being until it's basically time. And if there's anything else that you want to happen before midnight, let me know. Otherwise, we're gonna jump right into it.
I think just small, like, in between shoveling food into her mouth, Jungmin is going to go around and kind of like make like flowers sort of blossom around the room, like Healy vibe sort of flowers, like good vibes, purifying vibes, calm down vibes.
Gotcha.
Make sure
Midnight.
her wristbands are comfortable.
Oh yeah. Candles, incense, all your implements in place. Midnight strikes. You feel reverberations in the air. Your heightened spiritual sense can feel the atmosphere shifting as a force surrounded by a dark gravity seeps through the walls and ceilings of the bedchamber. The lady turns silent, staring blankly while gasping for air in soft, quick increments. She prods the Lord with his name, if only to break the tension, until, with a jolt, Lady Sohyun croaks. Her breathing becomes labored, and her body violently spasms as beads of sweat pour down from her forehead. Yun, at this point, is gone. The Lord, one hand shaking, holding his wife's hand. Then she stops. Sohyun calmly turns her head toward her husband and opens her mouth to speak, only releasing a shriek to rival any banshees. One Songju. Candles and incense flicker, lighting violently, almost as if they're about to fall over any slight touch. Lady Sohyun begins to struggle against her restraints, and the Lord Wan back violently, like just steps backward, and just his back touches the wall. And I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Respectable.
6.
13.
14.
Oh, can we say that we took a short rest before it hit midnight?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
I'm gonna spend some hit dice and regain some hit points. Sorry about that.
Oh, right.
No worries.
If we
No
did
worries.
that going into this, can I, at some point in this ritual, turn on, I guess, Will of the Conqueror, like right at the beginning of this? So you don't have to turn it on in combat if you say no. it's
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. If anyone has anything that they want to prepare with super quick, because y'all had like a good amount of time.
Yeah, because Will of the Conqueror lasts for a minute, so I want to turn it on basically when it seems like right when we're just like, yeah, okay, now's the time we deal with this.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll turn on Regalia of the Death God as well.
I will bonus action cast Searing Smite on my longsword.
Okay.
Just chilling.
I just now look very funky.
My longsword catches fire, burning the orange of a tiger's fur.
Ooh.
Fucking tight.
Like Jion now just looks. It says you can use your bonus action to wear the uniform of the Josung Sergeant. So I guess Jion goes from wearing more clothes to less clothes.
Yes. Yeah.
And Chung-hee just has to see this. Like, yes, this is what the goddess wears. Yeah.
Cool.
Suddenly there's a lot of shoulder.
What? Oh. Oh.
All right.
Can I? Sorry, I totally forgot. You reminded me. Can I
Go
also
for it.
activate my Will of the Protector?
Yes, absolutely.
My fur starts to glow gold, and it lasts for a minute.
This feels really like perfect that y'all are like prepping things, and Jungmin is just sitting here like swinging her bare rabbit feet and going,
Hell yeah!
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I now have an AC of 17.
I will say, in this moment, at the top of the round, Lady Sohyun is still restrained. So she can't do anything. Hydrate. She can't do anything. So all of you have a round. We'll say everything that you did before, that was before initiative started. All of you have a round to interrogate, to do anything in particular. As Lady Sohyun, despite being restrained, is violently trying to get herself out. So we will start with Chungmin. If there's anything that you want to do, or any other one last bit of preparation that you want.
We've set everything up for, is there a particular way to transfer like a possession from one person to another that we know of that we needed to set up and have done so?
We can, Jungmin, if you want to start a ritual, basically.
Yeah. While she's restrained.
Yeah. Yep. For your turn, I'm gonna need a number of nature or religion checks as part of your. Well, this is gonna be sort of a version of one of your possession techniques, right?
Mhm.
So depending on a number of checks, I need you to give me a nature or religion check right now.
Let's do nature. Six.
Okay. So we'll consider that as, we're going to consider that as an action as you're focusing on this ritual now that the possessed spirit is here. You have movement and you have a bonus action.
Okay. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
But I would like to do it. There's no way I can target the spirit inside of the lady, is there?
The spirit is now Lady Sohyun. They're the same right now.
Target the Lord with it. Just in case.
Okay.
Just to keep an eye on where he is. Mostly for the keep an eye on where because I can just track where he goes.
Yeah, totally.
That's it.
Jian, you are next.
Yeah. Jion kind of covered in all of this. Can I assist in trying to kind of shove the spear into Chungmin? I've helped set up
Yeah, I mean, I think basically if you want to use your action to give Jungmin advantage.
Okay.
We can do that.
I'll use my action to do that. Yeah. And then for my bonus action, I want to make the Lord, I'm on try to curse the Lord, so that's a DC of 10. He's probably gonna succeed. He has to throw a wisdom saving roll. I basically just want to curse him.
8. He got an 8.
Okay, well, for until the end of his next turn, he cannot take reactions and has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws.
Haha.
So that should keep him kind of settled. And I think that's everything I can do right now. So yeah.
Okay. Give me another nature check, please.
Chungmin or me?
Jungmin.
With advantage?
Yep.
Natural 20. Let's go. Total 22.
Fuck.
Well, hot.
Okay. Let's see. Jungmin, I want to ask, what in particular do you think your specialized anti-possession or transfer kind of looks like? Like, what sort of elements in the room do you think you're manipulating at this moment?
I think it's the flowers that she had set up earlier.
Yeah.
I think they were blooming and they're wonderful, but I think they really start to grow. Even if they're cut flowers, they start taking root in the vases. They start blossoming, like really, like petals are flying off of them, even though the flowers themselves aren't losing petals at all, but like releasing almost ethereal petals as they kind of like flow and almost like figure eighting itself between Jungmin and the lady, like doing like a transfer, almost like, you know what I mean? Sort of swirling between the two of them in particular.
Yeah, totally.
That's what it's looking like.
And how does the curse manifest in the Lord? What is he feeling?
I think Jion's curses and everything draw heavily on like necromantic properties. They are things that kind of fester and feed away, like suck the life out of people. And so I think as it takes hold, it feels cold, but not like a good cold. The sort of cold that's like wet.
Oh.
It is a wet, dead cold. And I think in just the back of his head, there is a kind of, there's the buzzing sound of white noise, but not pleasant white noise, the white noise of things like an abandoned office building at 2 a.m. where there's maybe just a janitor down the hall.
Wow, this
and
image.
That's like, you can just feel that in the back of his, like he can just hear that.
And that was Jion's turn, you said?
Yes.
The Lord, with no action, spends his turn pissing himself. Next person is Chunky.
And he doesn't know why. He just thinks like, oh god,
he
I'm
just
so
starts shivering. Yeah, he's just very scared. Yeah,
he has no idea. For all he knows,
he's just pissing himself.
For all he knows, this is just a part of like this is like another fun thing that Ghost is doing.
Well, he knows this is a normal part of our ritual.
Yeah.
So Chunghee will position herself so that she is standing in front, but slightly to the side of Jungmin, so that if anything comes towards her, she can protect her, but also so that she is close enough to grab her and restrain her if necessary. And then, can I use my action to give her another advantage? Does she have to roll again?
She would have to roll in her turn. So if you want to hold your action to give her advantage for the next thing, then that's possible. Okay.
And could I, if I hold my action to give her advantage, can I still like ask the spirit something, or would that?
That's anyone has, the free action is a thing. Everyone, if possible, before we're back to Lady Sohyun at the top, can ask her something if you want.
I will just say, now is your chance tell us what it is you want. And then I will hold my action to give advantage.
This isn't Lady Sohyun's voice anymore. This is an almost eldritch, broiling, sort of like volcanic, somehow voice of not something elemental, but something that is long and dead and gargling with tar. Just sort of says again Wan Songju's name.
Yes, but what do you want with this person?
Kiss him.
Kiss him. To kiss him.
You have to be clear.
An Byung-jun was the name of the friend.
Yes, was the name of the one that disappeared.
That went home suddenly.
Oh, I'm sorry. An Byung-jun is the one that disappeared, and Wang Songju is the Lord that's pissing himself right now. Okay. Did anyone else have another question?
Ooh.
I have a very pointed one.
I'm going to presume.
Yeah, make assumptions. The Lord can't do anything. He's pissing himself in the corner. What's he gonna say? He can't argue with us.
I guess. Why are you possessing the lady? Whatever, Sohyun. Sohyun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The response you get, and you do think that this is going to be an unhelpful sort of responsiveness of this creature, the spirit.
That's fine.
Just sort of says, I want to take everything from him.
The drama.
Because
That's
he's
so toxic. You really need a better coping response, but okay.
I'm dead. I don't have those right now.
I guess maybe Jungmin will say in a way to try and like, I guess, entice the spirit out.
Yeah.
Like you want to take from him like he took from you, right? But you are hurting someone you care about. So hurt him without hurting her. And just sort of like have the petals sort of almost like roll her a little bit closer towards Jungmin.
Yeah. Lord Wan is like, wait, what?
You shut up, murder.
Shut up. Yeah.
Piss boy.
Back at the top of the round. Lady Sohyun is going to
she rolled higher than us, didn't she?
burst out of the restraints now.
Oopsie.
Rip. Maybe you should have cursed her. It's fine.
No, y'all wanted to curse the Lord.
Yeah, I don't like him as much.
Yeah, he's
That's
less
fair.
likable. The
That's
piss
fair.
boy.
Lady Sohyun, in a superhuman feat of strength, rips the bed sheets off of her wrists and even her ankles without having to like do anything to her ankles. Just like kicks and like just violently like comes out viciously of her restraints and makes her way towards Jian.
Hi.
I am interposed between them. As
That's
best I can
right.
be.
I thought you were interposed between people, like between her and Jungmin.
I am. I'm so sorry. I heard the J name and I got confused.
Oh, gotcha.
Technically, we're all J names.
Except me.
Technically, you're still a J name.
You know what? You're making a good point. I just always saw it written as CH.
Because the white man decided how to anglicize.
There is actually a chucha, but yours might be.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Jung.
I'm pretty sure it is.
She Lady Sohyun knocks over 4 candles in front of her. So how we're gonna sort of we'll just sort of like, I guess maybe add up that basically around her is like a 4 feet ring of fire right now that is just beginning to build. She's gonna take 2 attacks to Jian right now.
Come at me.
Okay, that is a dirty 20 to hit and a 19 to hit.
Jesus Christ, that's so high. Yeah, she hits.
Okay. She's just using her hands, I will say. So it's not like she's like pulled out knives that are like shadow knives. Okay, she rolled like shit. That is 4 points of bludgeoning damage as she just like punches you with both of her hands, just like violently.
Sorry,
Yeah.
as a part of my Will of the Protector,
Go for
if Jiyun is within 10 feet of me, I can give her resistance to the damage she just took, and
Great.
I take half that damage.
So the 2 of you take 2 bludgeoning damage right now.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Just the transfer going over to you, Chung-hee.
Yeah.
I think with the sort of feeling that paladin smell, a scent that you've been carrying this entire time, she is imbued with it. Lady Sohyun is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lady Sohyun does not have any bonus actions, but she's gonna then turn. So Jian, you are free to take an opportunity attack and go towards the Lord One.
No, yeah, I'm absolutely gonna take an opportunity attack. I don't want to be hit. Yeah, I just don't want to be hit. Okay. Is this just, do I get 12 proficiency? I think I get 12 proficiency. Yeah, I think I do. Yes, I do.
If it's a weapon that you have a proficiency in, yeah, totally.
Okay. Ooh, that's not high at all. That is that's gonna be 9 to
9
hit.
doesn't hit.
Yeah, I figure.
9 does not hit. She is gonna go after Lord One. Well, she doesn't have any actions at this moment, so she just goes towards him, just like screams in his face. He pees more. And that makes it Chungmin's turn right after.
Oh boy. What's next happen? Getting the spirit out.
I use my held action to give you advantage if you roll again for your ritual.
Yep. Rolling again. I guess so, to yoink. But Jungmin is going to make a bold assumption, maybe not bold, and call out, I'm Byungjun, like, you were wronged, but this is not the way. Let me calm your spirit. And roll. Okay. Go. 14.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen quite yet.
I still have my movement.
Yes. And bonus action.
Slide in between the Lord and Lady. And
yeah.
Bonus action. I don't think I can move Hunter's Mark unless it dies.
Well, you can with the bonus action.
Oh, yeah, I can. I thought, because there's another one that you have to move it. You can move it, but only after the target dies. I'll switch it onto the lady.
Okay.
Just in case. But interposing herself in between them.
I'm going to need you to also take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
basically crossing paths with her there's gonna be an influx now of candle damage.
Okay.
Is she on fire? The lady?
We're gonna say, to make it easier, yes.
Okay.
And she's also gonna be just beginning to knock over candles at this moment.
Ah, okay. So fun Lunamorph thing, I think, kicks in. Because I don't think it's a May effect. It's a when. When you take damage, your instincts override your consciousness and propels your body out of danger. You reduce the damage by 5 plus your level and move 5 feet away from the source of the damage. So I guess I'm going to try and move 5 feet closer to the Lord. Just back up into Piss Boy. Ugh, God.
Sure. Absolutely.
It's wet around you.
Oh, no.
Move 5 feet away without taking and it cannot take an attack of opportunity. But I reduce all that damage.
Amazing.
This is not a reaction, I guess. It's just a feature.
It's incredible, yeah. Gian, it is your turn.
Yeah. So I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna apologize to all y'all, but it's fine. I want to first off hex her as my bonus action, which will trigger a second thing. So this requires her to make a. Wait, until the spell ends. Oh no, I can just hex her. So I'll give her disadvantage on. Let's say strength saves, because I'm pretty sure that's what she's hitting with right now. So this just works. So she has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. So this also means that I can use I can force my quarry targeted by any warlock spell that curses or marks the target to make a charisma saving throw. If their saving throw fails, the speed is reduced to 0 on their next turn. So I'm going to use that and force them to make a charisma saving throw. I guess it's just against my spell save DC, which is 14.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay, she cannot move. Secondly, I would like to use Thunderclap as my action. Everyone's going to have to make a Constitution saving throw, otherwise they take 1d6 thunder damage. But I'm doing this to try and snuff out all the lights using noise.
Gotcha.
Just like a burst of air. So that the fires that I can make go out, go out.
Only Navi will be the light that we have sitting on my head.
I'm pretty sure I failed the save. I got a 6.
Yeah,
no, I got less.
Fail.
It's a dex?
Like a 3.
It is a Constitution saving throw, actually.
That is a 12. And I have to make a concentration check for Hunter's Mark.
Ooh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
My question also.
Yeah, I gotta make a concentration check for receiving smite. Sorry.
So sorry. It also says until the spell ends, you can deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack. Would this be hitting it with an attack?
I think it triggers
Isn't it?
after. Yeah. Or...
Okay, yeah. So
oh no, hex. Yeah.
Hex.
Okay. Lord got a 2, Lady got a 9.
Okay, everyone fails. Y'all take 5 thunder damage. I don't.
I don't.
Sorry. Yeah. So this just creates a burst of thunderous sound. I'm gonna put out the lights with that, and then I guess an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to her. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm not trying to kill her, and I rolled a 6.
For damage?
Yeah. No, I rolled. So that's 11 damage to her, and my necrotic ignores undead's necrotic resistance if she has that right now. So she's getting full 11, and everyone else is getting 5.
Okay, great.
And I think that's everything I can do this turn. I'm sorry I'm not giving you help on trying to do this. I'm also just trying to put out fires and keep her from killing somebody right now, even if it would be funny if he died.
Yeah. I make my concentration check. I'm going to use my reaction to cast Absorb Elements. And
got it.
Gain resistance to the incoming energy because this is thunder damage. So shoop, and then until the start of my next turn, if I hit with a melee attack, I can make them take an extra d6 damage of the triggering type.
Got it.
So I'll take 3, I think, damage because it's rounded up.
And As far as the thunderclap goes, give me like roll me a d10.
Okay. I keep closing my dice thing, and I don't know why. This was a duck. Like, I need to stop closing it. Please roll well, dice. That's a 7.
Okay. So approximately 7 candles blow out. It is getting dimmer. But we will say that, especially because Lady failed, she is her sort of like the hem of her dress is no longer on fire at the moment, but there's still an opportunity for her to knock over more candles, unfortunately.
I'll take what I can get.
Chungi, it is your turn.
I'm grappling her. I'm gonna run straight over to the lady and pulling out my quarterstaff to just sort of like aid me in it. I'm gonna use it to get up under her arms and hold her, bracing her
Got
up
it.
so she can't move forward and she can't move her arms.
Got it.
There you are, baby. That is this athletics?
Athletics.
Okay, yeah, it's 24.
19. Nice.
Ooh.
All right. So you now have with your quarterstaff have Lady Sohyun grappled. You, despite the fact that she's grappled, you knew how strong she was, and that it was not you were fully able to do it. It wasn't like a hair before she was able to get out of your grasp, but this is a newfound strength within her.
Oh yeah.
Sohyun cannot move, and she is also grappled at the top of the round.
She also has disadvantage on all strength.
On strength saves. On strength in general.
Just strength.
So, I mean, she is going to attempt to get out of the grapple because she can't move. There's nothing that she can do. So that's going to be a disadvantage. That is a 3. So.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 16.
So Sohyun fully can't do anything at this moment. Jungmin.
I will try to roll for the ritual again.
Yes.
Yes. I would not like to hurt the lady. Tight. That is a dirty 20 for the roll.
30-20.
So dirty. Sorry.
So dirty.
So dirty.
So what the mudangs can do with their anti-possession techniques. Trained mudang can use the sheer force of their spiritual presence or through those of the spirit residing in them, or in this case, in another person at the moment, attempt an action to sever the connection of a ghost or entity from the bodies of people possessed, requiring a nature or religion check against the little equation that we have of the possessing spirit. On a success, the creature reappears in a space adjacent to the target they had been possessing and must roll initiative. So now, having succeeded, Dongmin, Lady Sohyun, would you like to describe how your flowers carry Sohyun and Byungjun away from each other?
I think almost like you know that scene in Avatar, the last Korra's season of Avatar the Last Airbender, where they're pulling the air out of the Earth Queen's lung, almost like that, but like not like, oh, I'm ripping the air out of your lungs. Like the petals are almost like flowing around the lady and then following along, and then almost coming out of her mouth, petals start to flow and then form a shape of this person, the spirit, as they would like to appear adjacent to Lady Sohyun. And that's how, and they sort of pull them apart, if that makes sense.
Yeah. However, y'all, however long y'all have known Jungmin, this process, this ritual that she has created is a beautiful one. It is rather than all of this, the pickled and corpse smell, it is flowery, it is floral in this room now. The candles seem to wash the light, doesn't wash away, although the candles are sort of extinguished, the small flames, as the soft pulse of the Lunamorph's ritual kind of goes throughout the room. And just like a soft peeling almost of like an exoskeleton, Lady Seohyun's body gently floats down onto the ground, resting
I'm still holding her.
unconscious. Oh, you're still holding her. So
I'm holding her
you're
up.
able holding her up. Chunghee, you see the body of a tall, bookish man in almost like scholarly uniform, well kept, hair slicked back, little spectacles, holding a book of literature, of pressed flowers, of love poems to Sohyun, of opportunities that he was going to have with his friend Wang Songju, if not for this barrier of power and soldiership and love in between them. Not appearing as an angel, but not appearing as evil or violent any longer. He stares down at Jungmin, just like sort of with his book in his hands, looking down, distraught. But there is a hope in there for you as he looks towards you, Jungmin. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, no, I was just waiting for you to finish.
Go for it.
Yeah, just your life was taken from you unfairly. Is there anything you would like to say to the people you care about right here, right now, before you can be free and let your resentments go?
I didn't know how to tell the both of them that I love them. I didn't want it to be this way. But he did something to this land. He made deals. I'll be fine. But he needs to be punished. Please see to that.
His crimes nor you will be forgotten.
And with a deep bow to you, the distraught sort of expression kind of turns into something more peaceful. And then he lifts into the air, similarly to that incense smoke going all the way to the top of the ceiling towards any light, and then disappearing in a flash of smoke. Everything finally settles. No reverberations, no smells, no strange lights or anything of the sort, or giggling. As we close out this session for today, I want to ask the three of you, what are the things that you leave Unsun with by doing or completing or otherwise? What's sort of your epilogue in this town as Mudangs?
I think that Chunghee tries to comfort the lady as best she can, and after that, depending on how much time they have left in this town, she will try to scare the absolute shit out of the Lord and get him to spill the beans on what he's done and then do her best to try and make any kind of amends as possible for those things.
It will be a long time project that either you and this group can spearhead or just as generations to come. Lord Wan Songju made a deal for his own prosperity with the Dark Mudang.
This bitch.
And the Dark Mudang poisoned these wetlands for his own cause.
I beat the shit out of him at least once.
Yes, great. Amazing.
We beat him
Jian
that
Dongmin.
night, so it looks like the spirit
Yes.
punches shit out of him.
Yes. We just
Yes.
fucking get her in a circle and kick him a bunch, and then we
Absolutely.
I think Jiun uses whatever remaining, I think, sway they would maybe have from life before Mudanging to try and like get his title pulled. I think like that's kind of their goal, get his title pulled. I also think like in keeping with the vibe, they curse him enough times that maybe it just seems permanent. It's not permanent, but they just try to make it look permanent for the funniness of it.
For the next week, they're just cursed.
Like Hex, I'm pretty sure Hex lasts for an hour. If I short rest after that and I use the other things, I can keep it going for quite a while. He wouldn't notice, it's fine.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I think Jiun. Do I wanna? I wanna. I think Jiun just kind of tries to introduce the lady to Josung Saja.
Oh hell yeah! Absolutely.
Josung Saja likes to comfort people. Sometimes it's debatably.
Maybe she has. Maybe she has at this point.
Debatably comfort.
Jungmin.
I think after kicking the shit out of the Lord a little bit, and then making all of his pants look like he pissed himself at all times for like the next 2 weeks. I think Jungmin is going to go back to the marshlands and just try to restore as much of the land as possible. Like, is druid crafting wherever this shitty tar is like druid crafting like some like healing flowers to try and absorb some of this gunk and bad juju and just restore the land, especially if the Lord is getting stripped of his fucking title. And all that shit, just trying to make it healthy again and keeping an eye out for that ghost kid.
Oh yeah. He's definitely still a problem, but he doesn't he doesn't inhibit or get in the way of this effort. Lady Sohyun gets her strength back, despite that being the most arduous week of her entire life. And she thanks all of you and makes efforts to certainly have the Mudang employed once again if needed. And that wrapping up our fun little Chuseok celebration one shot of the adventure of Undying Corruption. The Wraith of the Wetlands is the adventure that you will be able to get September 27th. If you chip in, buy, pre-order that Kickstarter. This has been me and this lovely crew over at TTRPG just saying our goodbyes. My name is Joe or Josephine. I'm at Scary Dog Friend. Quick plugs. I am not only doing this, but if you are around, you're still interested in some AP, I will be playing Emerald Templars like in an hour and a half. Over at _D'Angelo's channel. I'm a performer, facilitator, podcaster. I have a not safe for work monster fucking podcast with my friend Cleric _34. If you love monsters, want to talk about them, we're coming back this October. We got like 15 episodes that you can go ahead and listen to anywhere y'all can listen to podcasts. over at Girls Run These Worlds with Darby. Also, Starlight Tales. We're gonna do our finale over on that series of Dead Zone. I do lots of stuff. Check me out. Follow me on Twitter at Scary Dog Friend. Let's somebody go. Someone go now.
Hello. My name's Maya. This was like so much goddamn fun. I'm gonna back this Kickstarter so fast. I want it. I want all of it. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for including me in this. This was so goddamn cool. I'm around on the internet, Anxious Maya, most places. I don't do a ton of stuff nowadays. Mostly you can find me on this channel. But yeah, thank you guys so much.
I'll go. Hi, I'm Theta. I was playing June. You can find me at Bingsu Jung across the internet doing whatever I'm doing. And I think I'm gonna be in a couple of long-term things coming up, including a Star Wars related podcast. But besides that, I'm not gonna be in a lot because I have school. So yeah. I don't know why I'm making a crying face. I like school, it's fun. But yeah.
Alrighty. I guess that leaves me. Hi, hello. My name is Darby. I'm a TTRPG player, streamer, possum, and all-around menace on the internet. You can find me under the handle Chaotic Darby on Twitch and Twitter. Let's see. Talk about some things happening. I'm also the technical admin for this channel that you're watching us on, which is awesome, super cool. So this Friday, we have the finale of our 13 hours VTM game. It will be at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. So be sure to come back to this channel and check that out. Give them some love. We got some awesome people on that cast doing hot vampire stuff. So va-va-voom. Like I said, where else can you find me? You can find me Wednesdays on Girls Run These Worlds with Joe. And I'm trying to figure out my streaming schedule, but my work schedule is changing and still in flux, so we'll see about that. I'll stream sometime, maybe. Yeah. Oh, and you can catch me every other Wednesday on Neon Lights Roleplay. We do a pre-recorded campaign of Stardust Ghosts. It's a Mechaton Zero like mech campaign. So that gets run on Wednesdays, almost at the same time as Girls on These Worlds. Oh, and Friday, Weave the Tale. We're doing Sleepaway. I'm like freaking obsessed with Sleepaway now. I don't remember how to do anything because I've been like not doing things for like 2 months. Sleepaway, Fridays at 12 noon PST and whatever the equivalent 3 EST. So that's really cool. We're playing Ghost Counselors. Anyways, that's it. Now I'm done. Wow.
All right. Thank you again, TTRPG, and thank you again, Nine Heavens Press Crew. This has been amazing. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you another time. Goodbye.